Hi guys, here's another video. This is a JCB petrol trimmer which I was looking at online to show you the original listing here. These are the original images, and they had it buy it now for a tenner. And if you read here in their description, they said they managed to get it running last year, but this year it doesn't want to start. So I managed to bag it for a tenner and collected it. And here's the item here to show you around it. It's quite tidy and very small. I'll show you the blade here. I have to put a bit of oil on that if I get it running, and just spin round to show you here. So first and foremost, inside this petrol tank, I found a problem straight away. There's rust on this chain which holds the cap, holds the petrol cap. To show you there, there's rust on the chain there, which can't be good because that will get into the tank and into the engine. Okay, so what I've got to do is strip the whole thing down, the fuel system. So first and foremost, I'm just going to take the air filter off, just some clips, don't need any tools for that. Inside here there's a couple of meshes. I'm sure there's supposed to be a sponge of some sort, which I will replace. So I'll just put these meshes to the one side. Okay, just going to remove the carburetor. It's just two screws, two long screws, go through the air cleaner, through the carburetor into the engine. I'll just fast forward a certain section of this video to make it shorter. Here you can see me just removing the air filter housing, and this is the actual carburetor. Just going to disconnect that, disconnect the pipes and the accelerator cable. You see I've managed to get it disconnected there, just dropped it. That's the carburetor there. I'll open that up, see what's going on inside. Okay, so just undo these 4 screws for the float chamber at the bottom. Just fast forward this section. Like I said, I will be fast forwarding certain sections just to make the video shorter. And that's the actual float chamber at the bottom there. So I'll just put that to one side. And here you can see the actual valve for the float here and the mechanism. I'm going to remove that also. Just split this section here. And remove the gasket. And you can see some old fuel and oil mixture there. So I'll just give it a little bit of a clean up. And I've got this vacuum suction tool, what I use for removing solder, but it's got a good suction in it. So what I'm going to do is use it to just clear some of these holes and jets on the carburetor which may be blocked. To show you the action there, just push the plunger down. When you press this red button, it sucks whatever's inside out, and I'll do that with the whole thing. I'll show you the main problem here. There's a mesh filter inside here which I'm just removing. Very delicate and minute work here. Still trying to get it out. It's supposed to catch all the stop rubbish getting inside the carburetor. There you can see there, I've got the mesh filter out, and you can see it's highly contaminated with rust and other deposits. So that's going to need a good cleaning. Just get a close up there. That's all the contaminants that came in from the fuel tank. most of them obviously caused the blockage, hence why they couldn't get it to start. And just show you here, the housing is also full of rust and blocked. Just pull that up against the light so you can see the filter blocked with rust. It's supposed to be clean inside here. You have to give it a good clean. They show you the housing there. You can see there's rust inside there, also blocking the entry hole where the fuel comes in. It's completely blocked. One of the reasons why it wouldn't start, and that's just rust from the chain which holds the fuel cap in place. So here you can see me just soaking the fuel filter and just giving it clean here with some WD-40. Trying to get all this rust and deposits off of it. Just give it a rub here. You can see it's looking a lot better. There you can see. And the housing, I'll give that a clean up also, as it was full of rust. Just get a close up best I can. That's the filter there. Just got to put it back into place. So here you can see me just popping the filter back into its housing where I've took it out of. Now that I've got it all clean, just push it down, nice and flush there. That's it, just a snapshot of it fully inserted. And let me just pop the fuel cap and the chain out. I'm going to have to modify that, stop a reoccurrence. So now what I've got to do is split the unit in halves, because I need to get the fuel tank out and all the fuel lines. That's what I'm doing here. Just fast forwards it. Here you can see me just removing the petrol tank. And that's just bits of melted pipe, the brown bits on the top, as the original pipes have completely perished. I'll show you inside there. There's all kind of bits inside there, bits of broken pipe, and that's the fuel uptake, which is like I said, the pipes are completely disintegrated, so there's no way this thing would have started because it couldn't pick up fuel. So what I'm going to do is give the tank a wash and dry it out, get rid of whatever's in there. And here you can see I've got some spare pipe hanging around, fuel pipes and uptake filters and grommets, and that's the old ones. So what I've got to do is fit a new uptake filter. You can see me there, just connect it to the pipes. As like I said, the old pipes, which are golden or brown, as you can see on the bench there, they're completely perished. They will be discarded. So I'm just fitting the filter there, uptake filter, which sits in the bottom of the tank, petrol tank, and it just fits through this grommet. Keep a seal. Okay, the tank's dried out and nice and clean now. There it is there. So what I've got to do is insert this uptake filter with the hose, which will go straight to the carburetor. You can see me there, and then just fitting the grommet on the top there, stop the fuel from leaking out. You can see there. And you can see the uptake filter in the bottom of the tank swishing around like it should be. Okay, so just going to cut the length off of this fuel pipe, because I need a return back into the fuel via the grommet. As you can see there, I'm just putting the return pipe back in, and I'm just going to cut it here another length and connect them both to the prime pump, which I've also cleaned out. Just going to temporarily connect them both to this prime pump, both of the fuel wires. Like I said, I've given the actual pump itself a clean out, make sure there's no bits of rust in there either. Okay, now it's just a matter of refitting the fuel tank back into the housing. Just fits inside here, a little bit tricky. Struggled, let me just fast forward this section as well because it's quite long. Struggle with the trigger also, putting it back together. But as you can see, I've managed to do it there. Just putting the screws back in. Let's fast forward this section also. Just put the rest of the screws back in. Okay, it's just a matter of fitting the throttle cable back in to the carburetor, and then I've got to add an extra pipe for the fuel pipe. As you can see there, I've got them all connected correctly now, connected to the pump, prime pump. So it's just a matter of screwing the whole thing back together, air filter and the carburetor. So I'll just put this mesh in here first, and then got a bit of sponge which was missing. I'm just going to pop that inside here and then put this bit of mesh over the top of it, as there was no filter inside previously. So then it's just a matter of fitting this air filter cover back over. Just clips in, no tools. Okay, now I've got to sort out this rusty chain. I'm going to get rid of it, just chop it off this loop here, which stays inside the tank. So I'll just cut the chain off, and, bin that. Then I'm going to use this nylon zip tie. So if I just tie it around this the loop retainer which goes inside the tank, and then just pop that inside the tank. Then all I've got to do now, once I've got that inside there, is connect the fuel cap to the nylon zip tie, which, as you can see there, I've done, which replaces the chain. Okay, now that that's done, I'm just going to put an ounce of oil in, just a little touch, half a teaspoonful, and then I'm just going to fill the rest up with fuel. You're supposed to use 2-stroke oil, but I'll just use normal engine oil for now. I'll just fill the whole thing up with fuel there. Now that that's full, let's put the fuel cap back on with this new retainer, like so. And then just going to prime it, press it a few times, pump the fuel up from the fuel tank in and through the carburetor. Just get a little close up of what I'm doing here. There you can see the fuel flowing from the tank through the carburetor and back into the tank again. I'm just going to leave that for a bit once I've primed it, because it's going to do a bit of maintenance. I'm just going to put some oil around these blades because they're dry. So I'm just going to put some engine oil onto these blades while I'm waiting. And just pop it down the side here, make sure it's well lubricated, the blade. Okay, just switch it on and give it a start, see if it fires up. Just prime it a little bit more. Just crank it. And you can see there it only took a couple of cranks before it started. I'll just let it warm up for a little bit, and I'll let it warm up now. Just give it a try. I'll show you around it while it's ticking over. It's running fine by itself. It's just ticking over nicely, not much smoke. I'll just rev it up and show you. Blades. You can see there. All the blades is going to get them to rotate. It seems to be running fine. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.